the reproduction in fungi. First method is vegetative reproduction. In vegetative reproduction, a part of the fungus will give rise to another fungus. Vegetative reproduction in fungi takes place by fragmentation, fission and budding. In fragmentation, the hyphae breaks up into small fragments and each piece will grow into an individual fungus. In fission, the cell gets compressed in the center and divides into two, giving rise to new individuals. The budding is commonly found in yeast. The buds arise from the protoplasm of the mother cells and ultimately become new individuals. Asexual reproduction in fungi takes place through asexual spores like conidia. Conidia is the plural form and conidium is the singular form. Then sporangiospores and motile zoospores. Zoospores are motile because of the presence of flagella. Sexual reproduction in fungi will result in the formation of sexual spores like basidiospores, ascospores and oospores. These sexual spores are formed inside the fruiting bodies. About the life cycle of fungi, a haploid hypha will form asexual spores through mitosis and each spore on germination will give rise to a haploid hypha. Haploid means the nucleus of the hyphal cells contain only half the number of chromosomes or one set of chromosomes, which is indicated as N. For example, in the case of Penicillium notatum, the chromosome number is 4. So, haploid cell means the nucleus will contain only half, or in this case 2. This is the asexual reproduction cycle of fungi. Asexual reproduction occurs when conditions are favorable for fungal growth, that is, when it is warm and moist and when there is lots of dead organic matter available. The offsprings produced through asexual reproduction are genetically similar to the parent. A lot of spores are produced for rapid spreading of the fungus in this way. But there is a problem. These spores cannot withstand unfavorable conditions. So, when the conditions are unfavorable for fungal growth, meaning when it is dry, then the fungi will go for sexual reproduction. Here, the offsprings are genetically different from their parents. So, some of them may be better adapted to those unfavorable conditions and can grow well than their parents. In sexual reproduction, two genetically different haploid hyphae, let's call one hypha as plus type and the other hypha as minus type, or the other way. It will not make any difference. It is just to indicate that these two hyphae are genetically different. But morphologically, both look exactly the same. The cytoplasm in the cells of these hyphae fuse, and this step is called plasmogamy. In many fungi, the two nuclei will not fuse immediately after plasmogamy. This stage is called a dikaryophase, meaning phase with two nuclei. The hyphae is now called a dikaryotic hyphae or dikaryon. The next step in the sexual reproduction of fungi is karyogamy, that is, fusion of two nuclei leading to the formation of zygote. Karyo refers to nucleus and gamy means fusion. The zygote represents the diploid stage in the life cycle of a fungus, which means that the zygote contains full set of chromosomes or two sets of chromosomes and is indicated by 2N. If we take the example of Penicillium notatum here, then the nucleus of the zygote of this fungi will have 4 number of chromosomes. In some group of fungi like Basidiomycetes, this dikaryon phase lasts for a long time, sometimes for centuries. During this time, most of them form fruiting bodies and some of them won't. Soon after the zygote is formed, it will undergo a meiosis division leading to the formation of haploid sexual spores. These spores will germinate into mycelium, but the important point is that they will be genetically different from both parents.